can understand D-Dog, but Tiggy?
Pigwig.
Pigwig came from her dad.
I don't
He
know.
always called her, sit up there in the front of the car, and he'd put his hands on it, a little bigger line. He'd say, now, he'd tell you stories, but
I'm sorry.
I'll tell you about the wig. The big wig. And when we were kids, we called her Big Wig, and we called her Tiggy. And I don't know if that came from us kids, but then your daddy called her
children. My brother Jim called me Tiggy.
So why is Bruce and D-Dog so bad then? You already had bad names. All right, Bubba's going to give you kind of a little synopsis of the Sartwelle clan.
Steve asked me to do this about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I said, "Hey man, that's tough chore to do in just a few minutes." But I thought about it a little bit, and this week I had to really make a presentation at a board meeting that took up all my time, and I put hours in it and spent minutes on this, but I had a whole bunch of it flash through. I'm going to tell you, I did this at your twin sister's funeral. We talked about, they came from, J.W. Sartwelle was one of 7 children, 3 brothers and, 4 brothers and 3 sisters, and they were called familiar, right, 5 brothers and 2 sisters. And familiarly, they were called in later years the Magnificent 7. And if you knew anything about the 7 of them individually, they were truly the Magnificent 7. It was back in the days when we didn't have instant communications, we didn't have telephones, we didn't have a lot of things, and to read their letters back and forth to one another and to know the godliness with which they lived their lives and the way they spoke to one another.
Never riding horseback back and forth.
Yeah. Well, during the Depression in World War II, you just didn't have a whole lot of conveyances, so they was still pretty primitive. But they were truly the Magnificent 7. But these two's father had 7 children. And truly I believe that they're the Magnificent 7 also, and I said that at Aunt Kay's funeral. And Meg and I sat right over here and talked just a few minutes ago, and we got pretty deep, and I said, yeah, it's all because of females that have been in this family, and I'm serious. All of us, there's not one of us here.
What did you say?
It's not,
Louder.
there's not one of you here that doesn't have a strong female influence in our lives, and it's mothers and it's grandmothers, and you're the glue. But let me tell you something, we've had special glue in this family, and we are extremely fortunate. I got to tell you one thing. Sitting here talking to May, she's well up in years.
No, she is.
29.
Well, we don't need to talk.
29.
But she's old enough where a lot of us have, say, kind of pulled ourselves in. We don't do what we still do. She's had an altar guild at Holy Cross there in Sugar Land, and she still gives. She still gives. She doesn't quit. And I think that this family, for the most part, has been that way. But the glue has been the lady folks, and you're glue, baby. If you'll stop and just go through all of us kind of individually and by family, and you take a look at it, if it doesn't make you proud, I don't know what would or what could. Because we're not John Q. average American. I think we're well above the average American, and I hope we stay there. And
amen.
We've, it's just, I'm going to tell you one story. I go to church. I'm still lazy at 72. Hope I can do it for a long time yet. We have the nicest, sweetest little church in Sealy, Texas that you've ever laid eyes on. And we have a big old circular window in the nave that lets all the light in. And every Sunday when I'm sitting there, I can look at that window, and there's a procession of people that come through it. And it starts with your great aunts and uncles. It starts with knowing who they came from. And then when you know that, and then there's other people that come through that window, and meant a whole lot to me in my lifetime. When you know that, when you see this timber and this timber, and you realize the timber they are made out of, you know that this family has a shot at doing anything we want to do. So I say, happy birthday on your 90th birthday. We're not talking about her, but
She's right behind.
I know. But if there's any way that we can say that we love you and that we appreciate you and the remaining sister.
You've done it.
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
Now, you know, passing away is part of life. We've all had to experience it. I remember the burial of my dad. I said, this is the worst thing I'd ever done in my whole life. And I told her, I said, I ain't doing this again. And she kind of goes, and what about me? I said, Mama, you're like the ever-ready battery. She's going to be burying all of us. All right, so now, get a real strong cocktail, okay? Because Durgan's on deck. Y'all all have to go. No. Get a strong cocktail. Y'all go into the living room. You better get a real soft pillow because you're gonna. That's right. But you're gonna have the most eloquent poem by Dr. Robert Johnson here to take care of Jimbo's painful video. So go that way after you have